Hey y'all, welcome back to the Dry Dock Flower Farm. I'm Yvonne, and if you've never been here before, we welcome you into our home. I'm in the kitchen at the Dry Dock Flower Farm tonight, and I'm talking about books. This is a collaboration with Jess with Roots and Refuge. I've been watching Jess probably since about 2020, 2021, somewhere around in there is when I found her channel. And I really like her channel. I like all the things that her and her family are doing. She wanted us to share our books with you that we like. So, or books that help us in, I'm a flower farmer. The only animals I raise are chickens and turkeys. So, those are the only animals that I have. I have my own garden, which I, try to put up as much as possible for my family. But other than that, that's, and herbs. And so, excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyway, I thank her for the collaboration and the chance to share with you. So the first one, like I said, I'm a flower farmer. I'm here in North Carolina, Zone 7B. And the first book that I bought for my flower farm is Cool Flowers by Lisa Mason Ziegler. And it tells you in here all about some cool flowers, when to plant them, what zones they're good to. If you know your zone, like I know mine is in 7B. Anything that is up to a 7B, I can grow, sometimes up to an 8. Sometimes you have to challenge the plant and see what it'll do. But, and then she has some soil blocking in here, and she has all great information, she even has steps to a 3x10 cutting garden. So check her. That's the Cool Flower book. And I know because I follow her right now, sometimes you can get this on Amazon and other places, but the last I heard, it was out everywhere except for at her website, which is Lisa Mason's, well, no, it's not, sorry. It is gardenersworkshop.com. And this will help you if you want to grow. It helps for, there's the home gardener also. So that's a very good book. Then I have the Good Bug, Bad Bug book by Jessica Walliser. And I reference this quite a bit, especially if a new bug shows up on the farm and I'm not sure, is it a good bug, bad bug? And it, it gives you the description of the bug. Excuse me, and it gives you the description in its larva stage and in its mature form, so that you will know what you're looking for. So that's a very, very good book to have. I don't use a lot of pesticides on my farm or herbicides or anything like that. That unless I really, really have to. But for the most part, I do not spray. Especially in my vegetable garden, I do not spray things. So I don't want all those chemicals, on my food and stuff. So then we have Vegetables Love Flowers. And this is by Lisa Mason Ziegler also. And I'm sorry, I think I got a frog in my throat. And this is more about flowers than it is vegetables. And she tells you all about, soil, bringing the predators to your farm for the insects that you don't want there, or the moles or voles you don't want there. Like putting up bird houses, in your garden, placing a bird bath nearby so that they'll want to stay, in your garden. The next one is The Flower Farmer by and I have to look, Lynn Bazinski, I don't want to say the name wrong. Anyway, and a lot of flower farmers, you know, get this book first before they ever start flower farming. I got it after I started. I hadn't even ever heard of the book until after I got started, but it's got a lot of good things in here. You know, it tells you about your soil, you know, get your soil tested, which is a very good thing to do at least once a year. Marketing supplies. She tells you a lot of information in this book. She talks about some of the flowers. That's one of my little favorites there, the Globe Amaranth, which is also called Gomphrena. That's the carmine color. So she tells you a lot about flowers, growing flowers, you know, and marketing your flowers, drip irrigation, mulching, all the things for flower farming. And I really like her book. This is another good book. This is Discovering Dahlias, and this is by Erin Benzakein and with Florette. And who couldn't love the dahlias that she has in these books? I mean, I love dahlias. They're one of my favorite flowers besides peonies. They're like second, maybe 1.5, because I really love the dahlias. And dahlias start for me because I can keep my dahlias in the ground. Is that not pretty? I can keep my dahlias in the ground, and I love that fact, because they will. Can I lose some? Yeah, if we have a really wet winter, I have lost a couple. But she tells you all about propagating, seed saving, harvesting, all the wonderful things about dahlias. So that's a great book. I'm saving my best books for last, that because my flower season's over. We had a good freeze this morning, 28 degrees outside. It looked like it had snowed. It was that frosty. So all the dahlias are gone now. And I'm hoping to take a class this winter that I'll tell you about in just a minute. So this is the Southeast Horticultural, American Horticultural Society Smart Garden Regional Guide. A friend of mine gave me this, and I do love this, and I have read through some of this, especially for, like, I'm the type, I'll go through and I want to read what I want to read about that flower or that plant. It has plants, it has shrubs in it for that time, and then I might go back and look at something else, but for the most part, it's going to be, you know, what am I interested in at that moment. And it has lots of great pictures of everything in this book. So that's a wonderful book to have. And because it has what does it say right here? Successful plants and gardening techniques for your area. And North Carolina is in this area, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, Arkansas, and is that Louisiana? I think so. And it has over 2,500 full color photos and 3,000 plant listings. So that's a lot of book and a lot of information. But so I've always grown herbs. I've always grown flowers. Not always grown herbs, but I always have grown flowers ever since I was like a little girl. Like I learned how to propagate a cactus from a lady in our neighborhood when I was probably 10. And that was exciting for me, and I enjoyed it very much. I had cactus all over my house, and I drove my mom crazy with all the cactus buckets and different things around the house. So that was one of my first learning experiences with different flowers and succulents and things. But for about 22 years or so, I've grown herbs like rosemary, thyme. I had some sage, lavender. I have a kitchen garden right out back of my back door where I'll put, it's just a small little area, but the mint has now taken it over. So I've got to redo a few things with that, but it has mint in it. It has chives. You can no longer see the chives. I may have to redo those all together because I can't find the chives anymore. And I would always put save a little space at the end for a couple of tomatoes so that I could just walk out the door and pick some mint and chives and rosemary and a couple of tomatoes for supper or whatever I wanted to do that night. But so I plan to take an herbal course this winter, over the winter, and learn more about medicinal herbs. I've always, like I said, I had the rosemary and the mint. So I would make a tea of lavender, rosemary, and mint. And it would be so really good. So I miss that. I don't have the lavender anymore. I've got to grow more lavender because I seem to kill the lavender. And I do have some, what is it out there? I just planted this year, and it's very still very tiny. Shoot. Well, I cannot think of what it is now, but I'll come back to that. But and that's for teas, and I'm thinking about having a tea garden. Just having one little area that is just everything in it's just for to make teas with. So I'm trying to come up with that idea. What I really want to do, chamomile. That's what I planted. So. This book is the Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine, and it has detailed descriptions and uses for over 550 plants. It has practical how-to remedies for more than 80 ailments, ranging from headaches to arthritis. It includes the latest scientific research and safety advice. So I have not read all of this book. It's a lot in this book. It's a lot of information in this book. But I'm loving what I have read. And like I said, there's some things, you're interested in, or you could always order online, some of the herbs already dried, and sent to you. But, why do that when you can grow a lot of it? But anyway, but like ginkgo, I don't have a ginkgo tree or anything like that. So, but I do have goldenrod, and I have made a tincture of goldenrod, and I have made a salve of goldenrod, and I have made a salve of plantain for my family. So, but you can look up things in the back here, like it tells you can look it up by turmeric, and you can go back and look up turmeric, and it'll tell you what all the uses for turmeric is, and or yarrow. I have some yarrow now in a little batch of oil to make a salve with. And you can also look it up by what your problem is. Like if you have arthritis, what helps with arthritis? If you have an earache, what helps with your earache? So this is a great book to have in your library, especially if you are interested in herbal medicine. And that is something that I'm very interested in learning, and I do want to grow. I'll probably drive the man crazy because I'll be asking for more perennial beds. I have 2 out there, but more are coming. Actually, three are there. And then the first book I bought was Rosemary Gladstar's The Medicinal Herbs and the Beginner's Guide. And this talks about, knowing the plants and the herbs, knowing how to grow them and what their uses are. And she has some great pictures in here. And she talks about, she teaches you how to make a salve, how to make a tincture, what parts of the plant do you use for those. And so I look forward to learning all of that. She talks about the pickled garlic, and I have some honey garlic that I have in my pantry, and I can show that to you. I can show that to you real quick. Hang on, don't go anywhere. So you need to get, if you're going to do honey garlic, you need to get, or try to get either raw honey or honey that's in your area, locally grown, and not locally grown. And this was my garlic that I grew last year. My garlic this year did not do well for me to do my own garlic, so I went to the store and I bought organic garlic, and you fill the jar up about this much with the garlic cloves, and then you fill it up, until it's covered, well covered with honey, and you put it in a dark place, and every day you go in and you shake, and you burp it, and it smells awful. I'm telling you, awful. It'll smell awful. This is mine from last year. All the honey's gone. You do your research. Don't take my advice on anything, because what do I know? But you can eat a clove of garlic if you start to feel bad, start feeling a sore throat, something, you think something's coming, you think you might have a cold or something. You can take a teaspoon of honey, and like I said, do your research on it, but it has helped me. And you can eat the garlic. You can tell all of my honey's just about gone out of here. And so I've got this one brewing. This one the garlic has not settled to the bottom yet, but it has finished burping. After a couple of weeks, you won't have to burp it anymore. But anyway, that's one of the things that is in the books. And one things that I have where I learned along the line. So I really like that. And I think I've actually learned it from Stacy with Doug and Stacy. So you have to look them up. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the class on herbs this year. I hope that some of these books will help you out, as well as they've helped me. And maybe you'll share your books with us one day. And I thank Jess with Roots and Refuge for the opportunity to have the collaboration. And I hope you will all come back and visit the Dry Dock Flower Farm again. Like, subscribe, share. Tell me something that you've done over this year. You know, if you've made a salve before, or if you're interested in herbs, or you know, anything like that, or just flowers, because like I said, I'm a flower farm. And subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications when we have a new video up. And I thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you'll plant kindness and grow love, and you all have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.